All right, welcome everybody. Welcome. We are back and we are talking Anna Kepner. You guys, when I tell you I went down a rabbit hole today and we've got to talk about it. I know it's Friday and I was going back and forth in my mind and I said, we got to finish this thing like we started. We're going to carry it all the way to the finish line. Yesterday was Anna's funeral. And man, when I tell you this is one of the most complicated, cold hearted cases ever, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. But the cause of death has been announced today. And unfortunately, I'm sad to report that her stepbrother did strangle her to death. Okay. Her stepbrother strangled her today to death. And I do have exclusive video footage of him chasing Anna. Let me just say alleged video footage. I want to be very careful. Let me start all over. For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the white experience. All right? So that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today. Welcome. Let me see how sharp y'all are. Let me see if anybody caught that. So I have an alleged video. Shelby knowing. I have an alleged video showing the stepbrother naked and pursuing Anna in the hallway, dragging her back to the room. And let me just say this, in the death of Anna Kepner, the stepbrother is a primary. He's the prime person. He is now the prime person of interest, according to the FBI. New developments in the case, they have confirmed. Listen, we looking dead on at him. You caught it, Love 1812. We're looking at him. We're gonna pull up a video that I got my hands on. We're gonna pull up a video and we're gonna analyze the alleged hallway footage currently being reviewed by authorities. Now, all claims for now of the video, but so far, you remember when I said, okay, we're gonna, I get so excited. We're going to analyze the video together right now because the FBI has not confirmed that this is the actual video. I do believe it's a leak, like I believe when I had the information before the FBI leaked that she was found wrapped up naked under the bed. I knew that. Okay. There's certain places I go for my information. I knew that. But because it hadn't been confirmed, I said allegedly. So this is the alleged video of him chasing her down the hall. And let me be very clear. He's naked. It's blurred out. She fought for her life. Okay. She fought for her life. Now, for now, just to be safe, all claims remain unverified pending official confirmation because we do want them to confirm. I'm going to show it. But just remember, until they confirm it, we have to say it's unverified. I think that's fair. What I would like to do really quickly, let me see if I can do this before we jump in. I may have to take a quick 90-second commercial break. Why? I want to show you the video, but I need to blow it up. I want you to see everything. If I don't blow it up the way I need to blow it up, it goes on to a specific part. I'm not worried about the specific part. I want to be able to loop the video over and over and over so that together we can break it down and take a look at it and really assess what's happening in that moment. And I'll step out on faith. I do believe what I'm seeing is true because according to recent reports, the little brother, now I want to confirm some facts in the case. Fact number one, Anna was on vacation with her father, her stepmother, her biological brother, and her stepbrother. Fact number two, Anna was in a room, a cabin, with her biological 14-year-old brother and her 16-year-old stepbrother. Fact number three, Initially, when this case came out, I reported that she wasn't feeling well at dinner, and it was alleged that she had an alcoholic drink. But I said, I don't understand that because she's 18. So I'm just going to say a Coca-Cola. It is a fact that Anna's stepmother and Anna's father did allow Anna and her 16-year-old stepbrother to drink on board the cruise. Remember, if you go track my first video, I said it's being alleged that maybe somebody spiked her drink. She didn't feel well. So I'm just going to say she had a Coke because I don't understand how she could be drinking on the cruise. That didn't make sense to me. But what I'm starting to learn is just because it doesn't make sense to you, and just because as a parent, you wouldn't allow your son to drink doesn't mean that the rest of the demons in this world wouldn't feed their children substances and alcohol. Well, it is a fact now that the parents did allow both to consume alcohol on board the cruise, according to court documents that Thomas Hudson, which is the biological father of Tim, no, I take that back. Yeah, Hudson. Thomas Hudson is the father of the killer. The killer's name is Timothy Hudson. The stepbrother's name is Timothy. His mother's name is Chantel. You got it. It's going to get real complicated. As a matter of fact, it's going to get so complicated, I'll have to bring up a family tree. Timothy Hudson claimed in recent court documents that Chantel, which is the killer's mother, Anna's stepmother, allowed the kids to drink on the cruise. I wonder if Anna didn't feel well because of the alcohol. And could it be true that recent reports that y'all haven't seen, but I've seen, that maybe somebody put something in her drink? It's starting to seem more and more and more and more likely. So pink hearts forever. Sometimes when you sit at dinner, you can say, man, I have 2 glasses of white wine, and put it on my card. You know, they're not going to say, can I? And they don't ask for ID on cruise. They ask for your card. But if 2 parents are sitting there and offer 2 glasses and order 2 glasses of wine, they're going to bring you 2 glasses of wine. So I'm starting to think that some of the stuff that's floating around is true, that's been leaked out. She goes to her room because she's not feeling well. Shortly after Anna leaves the dinner table because she's not feeling well, the 2 boys follow. The 2 boys, which is her biological brother, who's 14, the stepbrother, Timothy, who's 16, they go into the room. The 14-year-old changes clothes. It has been confirmed by video surveillance because they can see what he had on when he went to dinner, what he had on when he came into the room, what he had on when he left the room. He changed clothes, decides he wants to go hang out on the ship, take pictures, and I guess do what a 14-year-old would do. Are y'all following? It's going to get real complicated, but just follow me. When the 14-year-old leaves, he reports to investigator he thought he heard screams coming from the room. All right, listen. Well, hold on, Queen Sheba. I'm going to go really slow because it's going to get complicated, but I want you to be able to digest it. Okay, so the 14-year-old comes back with the 16-year-old. Yes. Anna's already in a room, supposedly not feeling good. Yes. The 14-year-old supposedly changes clothes, goes out the room. Yes. Walking down a hall and thinks he hears screams. Yes. But second guesses himself. Yes. And still goes off to have fun. Yes. What would this mean if we use common sense? That means what we said yesterday. That 16-year-old sat at that table. And I believe he had every intention on attacking her. If it's true that he was allowed to drink and consume alcohol, that exasperated whatever was going on in his mind, that heightened the mood. And as a result, he probably didn't wait long until the 14-year-old left the room to attack Anna, which is why the 14-year-old repeated to investigators, I thought I heard screams. I can see how a 14-year-old would second guess himself if when he was in a room, everything was just fine, and then a few steps, a few yards down the hallway, he hears screams and go, wait, no, I'm just hearing things, right? There's no way. The 14-year-old comes back to the room. He goes to sleep. He didn't see his sister, but he assumed she was out with mom and dad. The next morning, they all wake up. They go to breakfast. Dad's like, where's my daughter? Oh, we don't know. Dad's like, what do you mean you don't know? Dad loses it, jumps up from the table, starts to search the ship frantically. He's searching the ship. He's looking everywhere. I can assume this took quite a bit of time if you understand how large these vessels are. Dad decides, let me beeline it and go back to the room. Dad returns to the room only to make a gruesome discovery. At this point, at 11:17 a.m. Friday morning, the last day of being out to sea, when Dad returns to the room, the maid had just discovered Anna's naked body wrapped in a blanket, hidden, stuffed under the bed, hidden by life vests. It's being said, according to investigators, and Anna's uncle, Martin Donahue, took to Twitter. He couldn't take it anymore. I think the agony of losing his niece, Anna Kepner, ate him up. And at this point, he was willing to risk not being allowed to go to the funeral because they were told that if any family member said anything about this tragic death or exposed anything, you would not be allowed to say your final goodbye. The uncle says, I don't give a damn. I need justice to be served. I am willing to risk not seeing my niece, and I am going to tell the world that your son killed her. He beat her. He killed her. He ripped her naked, and he wrapped her up in a blanket when he was done with her, and he stuffed her body underneath her bed. Okay, under her bed. And we looked at the room yesterday. This is a very small room. And he stuffed her body under her bed. And then he had the audacity to lay his butt in that bed and go to sleep and wake up and enjoy a family breakfast. Let me pause. The uncle said, if you've not heard about this case, you've been living underneath a rock. I don't care. We've been threatened. And the father, Anna's own father, is helping to cover it up. Now, yesterday I didn't get into much detail because you think to yourself, now, why would an uncle accuse a biological father of covering up his daughter's death? We dug a little bit deeper. The father is a pedophile. Anna's father, in 2008, committed a violent sexual act against a 15-year-old babysitter. The babysitter was 15 years old, watching Anna. We believe what was Anna, who was 4 at the time. Let it sink in. What? Yes. Let's go back. I told you it's going to get real complicated. This is probably one of the few YouTube videos where you're going to have to take notes. When Anna was 4 years old, first of all, Anna's father has been married 3 times. Sir, you are the problem. You are the problem. This new wife, whom he recently married, who's the mother of the killer, he married her in 2024. Anna did not know this boy. She's only been around him a year. Anna had no business being forced to room with this boy. She doesn't know him well enough. And even if she did, her father failed her. He should have never placed her in a room for 6 days with a man she does not know, who's rumored to be now infatuated with her, obsessed with her, and actually wanted to date his own stepsister. We're going to get to it. So we have a father who's a predator, who has a history of violating teen girls. Could that be the reason his head is hung low? And he feels like, I'm not going to say anything. We got into that yesterday. So he marries this woman who's the mother of the killer. And then he forces Anna to be around this boy time and time and time again. And even after the ex-boyfriend of Anna said, "Hey, listen, I was on a FaceTime call with her. I was on a FaceTime call with her. We're doing FaceTime. She fell asleep, but I'm still on the phone." Teenagers do that. Some people are saying, "I don't believe that the ex-boyfriend was on the FaceTime with her and she was asleep." They do it. He was still probably playing his game, but he didn't hang up the phone for whatever reason. And he said he could see the room. Anna had fallen asleep while they were talking on the phone. He remained on FaceTime, and he said the stepbrother snuck into her room and began to climb on top of her. He screamed through the phone, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" It startled the stepbrother, and he takes off and runs from the room. And he said he could hear his footsteps running through the house. I'm going to play it all, okay? I just want to download everything. The ex-boyfriend, he and Anna just broke up about 6 months, 3 to 6 months ago. Oh gosh. The ex-boyfriend was supposed to be on the cruise, but they broke up. And because they broke up, he didn't come to the cruise. After he saw the stepbrother climb on top of Anna while she was sleeping, climb on top of her in a sexual manner, he told his parents. His parents then contacted Anna's father and Anna's stepmother and said, "Hey, listen, your son attempted sexually assaulting Anna. My kid saw it on FaceTime. Anna had fallen asleep. Your kid didn't know my son was still on the phone. A few moments later, he sees him creeping in her room and he gets on top of her as if to harm her. And my son starts yelling through the phone, and Anna's father shunned him, said it wasn't true. And they defended the stepson. All right. Is this a lot? It's a lot. Now, Anna's father has a history, and it says sexual violence. He attacked or had I hate to say he had a relationship. The police report reads as sexual violence towards a minor. She was 15 years old and she was the babysitter. There's reports that he started, let me just give you the technical law enforcement aspect, but then on social media, they're saying he started to sleep with the babysitter, whom many believe is the second wife. Y'all, when I tell you this is some Beverly Hillbilly, the 15-year-old that he violated, it's alleged that he ended up marrying her and having children with her. Watch this. I said, "No way. Nah, that can't be true." But then I have to say, Queen Sheba, you have to trust your instinct. A lot of times you're right. And you keep trying to normalize abnormal people. Just like when you heard that Anna was first drinking on the cruise, you said, "Ain't no way." Just like you heard when Anna was stuffed under the bed, you'd be like, "No, that couldn't be it." All right. But that was true. So when I heard about the 15-year-old, I can see that. I saw that with my own eyes. We reviewed that on the police report. It says sexually violent, okay? But then today, as I'm going down a rabbit hole, they're saying, "Wait a minute, that 15-year-old he violated, that's his second wife that just divorced him in 2023. Her name is Tabitha Kepner. She divorced him because he was abusing, allegedly, the minor children, abusing her, and there was claims of physical abuse and substance use by Anna's father." Watch this. So Anna's father is a pedophile. Anna's father is a wife beater. Anna's father abuses kids. Check, check, check. And allegedly abuses alcohol and or substances. Check, check, check. Is it true? Just hold it. Put it in the holding tank. Anna's stepmother alleges, according to court documents being filed by her ex-husband, she has a substance issue. She abuses alcohol. She is violent and has a dark police history. You bring those two catalysts together, would it be possible that those two would agree to allow children to indulge in alcohol use on a vessel while at sea? Because their excuse is, according to reports, we're in international waters. Okay. So when you get itchy and scratchy together, there's a possibility that, yeah, if they're users, if they both are violent, then yeah, they would see nothing wrong with the kids having a couple of drinks, right? Where am I going with this? So I'm like, okay, this 15-year-old thing, there's no way he could have married this 15-year-old. But hey, these small towns, you just never know. Then Anna's mother comes out, and I do believe it's Entertainment Tonight or E News. I can't remember which media publications. We're gonna pull it up. She did an interview with them. And I'm looking at the interview and I'm going through, I love to read the article because once I read it, it sticks in my mind. And they said 33. And I said, 33? Wait a minute. That's a hard 33. And I pull out my calculator. Pull out your calculator. So I want you to follow me. This is where it gets really crazy. I said 33. Hold on. Pull out your calculators. I said, if Anna's birth mother is 33 and Anna is 18, 33 minus 18 is what, you guys? 15 years old. You mean to tell me this man impregnated Anna's mother when she was 15, which means he probably had a hold of her when she was 14 because it takes 9 months to carry a baby? No wonder why she has extensive drug use. Sir, you violated her. She was not in any shape, psychologically, physically, spiritually, and or emotionally to bear a child. So, based on what you did to her, I can see her turning to drugs. And then you married her. So, watch this. So, if Anna's mother, watch this, was 15 when she had Anna, and then at 4 years old, you were no longer with her mother, and her mother was in prison for doing drugs. That means Anna's mother went to prison as a teenager. So we're going to give her 19. Locked up in prison when you were hiring a 15-year-old babysitter. So you traded in the 19-year-old for a newer model of a 15-year-old. Are y'all following me? Oh my God. Are you following me? So you take up with a 15-year-old, which is completely normal to you because you did the same thing to Anna's mother when she was that age. And history repeats itself because he ended up marrying a 15-year-old babysitter the same way he married Anna's mother. So when you see the reports of Anna's mother and they're saying she's 33, and you're like, whoa. No disrespect to you, ma'am. That's a lot of living. That's a hard life. That's a woman that's been through some things. May God bless her. Now I understand the history. Now I can believe the police reports. See, a leopard doesn't change his what? Spots? And we talk about the psychology over here of human behavior. We hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits. Typically, what I explain to those of you that are tuned in, people don't do things one time. People do things that work. So if they've done it or if they've gotten caught for doing it, there's a huge probability that they've done it before. Are you following? So, okay, wait a minute, Queen Sheba. So, if he got caught doing or having whatever, an inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old babysitter, he's probably done it before. Yeah, because he had Anna's mother before her. Mhm. And that's why a man of that caliber would put his teenage daughter in a room with another man. No boundaries. No boundaries. No sense of awareness for safety for women. Didn't think she needed it because he have violated girls her age over and over and over again. And men like that clean it up under the guise of, I want to marry your daughter. Excuse me, sir. You are grown as man. And then he carries them off into the sunset as these young brides. But at the tender age of 19, when Anna's mother went to jail for drugs, he traded her in for a 15-year-old. History repeating itself over and over again. Now, I may have to put you all on a 90-second break. We got to get to this video. If I can get to it really quick, I'm going to try my best. But before I do, I'm going to give you the brief overview of the new discovery, the discovery and findings in the case, and then we're going to take it from there. Let me go to the chat and see if we have any questions. Uh-oh. Let me see if we have any questions. Hold on. I wonder if the dad was ever inappropriate with Anna. Um, that's a good question. Unfortunately, the only person that can confirm that would be Anna, and she's no longer here with us today. Tam says, I've been in this rabbit hole all day. I am so glad I found this live. I love how you're breaking down the psychology of it. Absolutely. It's very complicated. And I like to go really slow. Let me tell you why. Because I like you, because this is a very, very, very sensitive topic. We have stepmothers. We have stepfathers. We have siblings, step siblings, biological children, and then we have adults that are married, that get divorced, and they decide they want to date. And I also want to get into not a debate, but a really good adult discussion later on. I want to open up the lines, and on social media, I mean, there's some women saying what they're siblings. I don't see anything wrong. Those are her brothers. Excuse me? And there are some that says, but that's not her biological brother. And I just want to hear y'all's thoughts, right? Thank you. Y'all are saying take your time. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to upload the video. I'm doing it right now. Uh, it's going to take it a few moments, and then I'm going to kill a little time with giving you some facts, and we're going to watch this video over and over and over again. Hold on. I thought I downloaded it already. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I may just have to snip it and be about my business, to be honest with you, instead of trying to do everything perfect. I'm a perfectionist. Give me 1 second. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me mute up. I, their sister was dead. Okay, so parents admit stepbrother is a suspect in a Carnival Horizon teen girl's death. There's a lot of different things that's going on. The boy that's the killer, his name is Timothy. Anna's stepmother is in a very bad custody battle with her and her ex-husband. They are fighting for custody of the children. The stepfather told the judge, he said, I have concern that my wife slash ex-wife is taking my son down a very, very bad path in life. And if I don't get him and get him soon, she could doom his future and or impact his future. And lo and behold, here we go with the death of Anna Kepner. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get into that custody battle because it's just going to confuse you all. But there's a great possibility that the FBI will come back and charge Timothy Hudson, the 16-year-old stepbrother, with Anna's death. Anna was on a 6-day Caribbean getaway cruise with her father, who's 41. Let's do this. What's 41 minus 33? Somebody tell me real quick. 41 minus 33 is 8. So if Anna's mother was 15 at the time when she was pregnant, Anna's father was 23 years old, messing with a 15-year-old. Got it? I just like doing math. So he's had an appetite for young girls for a long time, which is why he couldn't protect his daughter. Anywho, Anna was on the cruise with her father, who's 41, her stepmother, who's 36. That makes sense then. Her mother is 33. If her stepmother is 36, her siblings and step siblings when she was declared dead in international waters between Mexico and Florida. Get ready. I'm about to blow y'all's mind. Reports around social media are stating that as soon as her stepbrother, Tim Hudson, met Anna, he's always wanted to date her. Now, in some of the recent videos, you've seen Anna as a brunette, but I want to show you photos of Anna as a blonde as well. Why is it important? It's not important to us, but I think the more understanding we have and the more visuals I can bring up, it gives you a visual and try to get inside the mind of okay, maybe he was attracted to the dark hair or the light hair. Let's take a look. Here's Anna. We're coming. As a brunette and as a blonde. Right here. Do you see? Same girl. Everybody got it? All right. All right. I told you it's going to be a lot. All right. So this is Anna as a blonde on the right and a brunette on the left. And they're saying ever since that boy met her a year ago, he wanted to date her, but you can't. That's your stepsister. Now, her body she's a cheerleader, was a cheerleader. The cheerleader's body was found wrapped in a blanket and stuffed under a bed in her cabin. The grim discovery prompted the FBI agents to swarm the Carnival Horizon when it returned to Miami a day later. That means they took her body, they put it in a body bag, and they took it down to the morgue on board the ship. Listen to this. That boy stayed in that room knowing what he had done to her. He stayed in that room. He wanted to make sure she was dead. Now, I don't know how he thought he was going to get off that ship. And then he went to breakfast. Then the father grew concerned and got up and started to look for her. And then the maids discovered her. It is being rumored, and it's also in court documents or in let me not say court documents, but it's alleged, is being said that he told his mom what he did. He told his mother, Anna's stepmother, what he did to Anna while Anna's father was looking for her body. That's what the uncle is saying. Where could the uncle be getting these reports from? The FBI. Okay, watch this. So that's 2 times Anna, the adults, 3 times have failed Anna. The first time is when her ex-boyfriend said, hey, listen, he and his parents called to say, we watched him crawl on top of her sexually and attempted to violate her, and they denied it. That's the first time. The second time is when they placed her in the room with the boys. That's the second time. The third time is when the stepmother became aware that a crime had been committed by her son, and she hid that fact from the FBI, and she allowed them to swarm that vessel and search high and low and collect evidence. And she told her son to gather up his luggage, keep his mouth shut, and don't you say a word, and we are going home, and I'm going to hide you out at relative's house. So he's living with an undisclosed relative. You get what I'm saying? That's 3 times they failed her. She knew it. And they're saying the father eventually was made aware by the stepmother and they said nothing. They didn't turn the boy in at that moment to the FBI. They pleaded the 5th. Let's continue. Sources say court filings obtained by the Daily Mail confirm that Anna's stepbrother now faces possible criminal charges, while no official media source has identified. This was a while back. We know who he is now. Okay, we know his name is Timothy Hudson, but everybody's kind of holding back on that, but people leak stuff. All right, according to sources, Timothy, Anna's, okay, Timothy and Connor shared a room with Anna. Anna and Connor are biological siblings. They shared a bedroom on the cruise. The killer, Timothy, is currently in the care of an unnamed third party, according to a motion filed Tuesday by the boy's father demanding urgent clarification of what is happening with his son. He doesn't know anything. And he accused Anna's stepmother of going on a cruise with her paramour and the paramour's children and feeding them alcohol. So my question is, are they really married? I don't know. Why would he refer to her? I mean, to him as a paramour. So Thomas Hudson, who's Timothy Hudson's father, is seeking immediate custody of their other minor child. There's a little girl involved. She's 9. The father's like, oh no, you've messed up the boys. Let me go get the girl. So they're in a custody battle. The father filed in the case that the 16-year-old's future has been put in jeopardy because of the choices made by his mother. That's Anna's stepmother. He feels like the youngest child is at immediate risk of abuse, abandonment, or neglect in the care of Chantel Hudson. He's saying she's a horrible mother. It's because of her. And it's being rumored that Anna was afraid of Timothy because he would carry knives. And she was afraid of him. How can a father marry a woman and force your beautiful daughter to live in a house with a deranged lunatic who likes to carry sharp knives and crawl on top of your daughter? And because of your sexual desire or your need for a warm body of a woman next to you, you ignore the safety of your child to satisfy your sexual urges. I just want to know, how does that work? This boy's carrying knives. He's coming into your daughter's room. Other parents are calling you, warning you of the sexual advances, and you do nothing. And not only do you do nothing, you plan a cruise vacation. You don't room with the boys. Your wife doesn't want a room with your daughter. So you put the girl in the room with the boys. I don't know, y'all. This is just sick. Chantel, Anna's stepmother, filed a response late Tuesday denying allegations that she abused, neglected, or abandoned her children. Oh, ma'am, you did neglect. You have abused them, even if not in the physical, but psychologically. You have not provided psychological safety. The fact that your son can carry knives, climb on top of little girls, drink on board a cruise line is an extreme level of abuse and neglect, in my opinion. But what do you all think? What do you all think? All right, here we go. She added, it is true that there is an open investigation regarding the death of the biological daughter of the stepfather. And my son is a suspect regarding this death, which occurred recently on a cruise ship. Y'all, she's so cold. She said Chantel's filing said the boy was staying with one of her relatives, and she is providing counseling for all of her children. Oh, now that Anna's gone, let me go get my kids some counseling. I'm sure this is going to be hard on them. Anna grew up in Titusville along with Christopher, that's her father, and his ex-wife, Tabitha. Tabitha is 33. That's the alleged victim of his when that's supposedly the alleged babysitter that he took advantage of. Christopher and Tabitha split in 2023, but the crane operator soon met and married Chantel. Chantel is Anna's stepmother. Chantel divorced her husband last year, moved to where Anna and her father lived with her 2 kids, and then they got married in 2024. That's crazy. Yesterday, this article was released, and the FBI had declined to say how Anna died, but today we know that it's been released and we have the medical report. Let me share that with you, that Anna died of asphyxiation. Here we go. Let me pull that up. Here's the medical report. And she was pronounced dead November 7th, November 7th at 11:17 in the morning. Technically, she probably died the night before, but cause of death, I mean, the time of death is typically when they find you. This is just so sad all around the block, but here we go. Let me give you that report. I'm going to be clicking a lot. It's just a lot. You have to bear with me. There's links upon links upon links that I have to open. And we're going to skip around for the sake of just getting right into it. Because if I try to go in chronological order, it just may take too long. Give me 1 second. It's been previously revealed that on the evening of her death on November 6th, that Anna complained of feeling unwell on the evening and went back to her cabin. When she did not appear for breakfast the next day, her family members, listen, this boy is so diabolical, he helped to search for her. Her family members began searching the cruise ship for her. The cruise ship held up to 4,700 guests. A maid eventually found the team wrapped in a blanket, naked, beaten, covered with life jackets, and stuffed under a bed. The Miami-Dade medical examiner lists Anna's time of death at 11:17 a.m. on November 7th. And now we know the cause of death is he strangled her. All right. Here we go. Let me take this off. And now we're going to get into something else. I want to share the recent report. Before I get into the photos, I want to share the video of the ex-boyfriend who said he reported the sexual behavior of the stepbrother. Here we go. Share screen. All right, let me know when you can see my screen. Give me a 1 in the chat when you can see the video. All right, there you go.
Right now.
She's an ex-relationship.
And only take a second. Your name is Josh too?
Yes.
Spell your last name?
T-E-W.
All right, and how old are you?
15.
15. And how did you meet Anna?
Through a past relationship last year.
And how did you actually meet with her? In school?
At school.
At school. What type of person was she?
She was a great woman, you know. I met her at school.
And the circumstances behind her death, you find them to be suspicious? And if so, tell me why.
It was suspicious because I knew that the brother did it, and yeah.
How do you know that?
Because of the past things that happened with him, like I was saying.
Which were what?
About the FaceTime and stuff.
What's the FaceTime?
Whenever I was on FaceTime with her, and when I was on FaceTime with her, and she was laying down, and the brother tried to go on top of her, and
you saw that?
Yeah.
And then, how did she react to that?
I was like, what the hell are you doing in the room, you know? Then he got scared and like ran away, and I heard his footsteps like running through the house, you know, because he got caught.
So when you learned of her passing, you know, what was your reaction?
I ran away. He ran away. It was kind of crazy.
And when you learned that she passed away, how did you feel?
I felt very sad, you know, because that was my first love. She was the best that ever happened to me, and I'd even walk to her work to see her, you know, for like 5-10 minutes.
You could talk with her before her death?
Like 3 weeks before it, yes, ma'am. I was actually supposed to go on the cruise that she went on, but we broke up before then.
When did you split?
We split up like 6 months ago.
6 months. Okay.
And everyone said she's just a bright light. So many people were in bright colors today. How would you describe the kind of person she was?
She was a great person. She definitely knew how to throw on her outfit. She was great, you know. She knew how to put on colors. It wasn't like a basic outfit.
And this is your mom?
Yes.
She's okay with you talking to us?
Yeah, but we need to go.
Okay. I just wanted...
Okay.
What should happen next?
Thank you.
What do you think should happen?
I think that he should get thrown in jail for as long as possible. And yeah.
And when did you move into the house?
I have no idea.
Like a year or two?
All right. So that's the ex-boyfriend who's given a detailed count.
Maybe like a year ago.
Did you hear what he's
think
saying?
so.
Hold on. Here we go.
I don't
You'd
know.
like to see justice for
Yeah,
your
I'd like
first
to
love.
see a lot of justice. Yes,
Has she ever complained about his behavior before?
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
What did she complain about?
She complained about him being uncomfortable, or her being uncomfortable around him. Because of the fact that he tried to go on top of her in the bed, and because of that, she tried to go and stay the night at her friend's house and to dodge the staying the night at her house.
So that happened more than once?
Yes.
Did she ever bring that up with
How many
her?
times did they happen?
It happened one time, around like 3 a.m. that night.
The time when you were on the FaceTime call with her,
Yes, sir.
3 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Did she ever report that to her father?
No, I have not. I've reported it to that guy.
And what is your name now? Okay, thank you.
He's an ex-relationship.
All right. So this is pretty solid. Do you agree? What he said? Could everybody hear it? He said not only was she afraid of him, she would try to get out the house to go stay somewhere else to feel safe. The father was aware of it, that he climbed on top of her. She was very afraid of him. She just met this boy last year, and the father moved these kids into his home because her stepmom ended up divorcing her husband and gathers up her kids and moves to Anna's and her father's home. And he allows these kids this boy to come into his house who fixates sexually over his daughter and eventually took his daughter's life. And this young man says she was very afraid of him. I mean, he tried to climb on top of her. We saw it. I was on FaceTime. I was on the phone with her while she fell asleep. And y'all, this is unbelievable. And they reported it. So not only did he see Anna in an attempted sexual assault, he reported it. He did what he was supposed to do as a young man. Now, here's the thing. See, yesterday we really got into the psychology of be careful of your behavior as adults, because you never know subconsciously what you can be inviting in to your children. Anna dated younger guys. It doesn't matter, but because he's 15 and Anna's 18. So there's a 3-year age difference. So I know people think, well, the 16-year-old like her, but this guy's 15. Okay. This young man is 15. And people are saying in social media, that's a hard 15. Well, sometimes people just live in different regions of the world where life is a little bit more complicated. Now I want to show you, hold on. Let's get into, I felt like this was an excellent interview. Let's get into this one. Hold on. What is this? I got a lot here. I got the video. I'm going to show you that. I'm just clipping it. So this is a family tree that I'm going to show you. Let me know when you can see it. You see Christopher Kepner. That's Anna's dad. To the right, you see Heather Wright. That's Anna's mother. Heather Wright is 33 years old. She spent a great majority of her life. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the family tree. I think I put myself on mute. I do apologize. If you can see this family tree. On the left, that's Christopher Kepner. That's Anna's father. He's been married 3 times. On the right is Anna's biological mother. Her name is Heather Wright. And as you can see, they both share Anna as a child. From Christopher, we go down to Tabitha with a P, Tabitha Kepner. That's his second wife after Heather. Christopher is 40. How old is Christopher? He's 15, 33, 34, 35, 36. He's 41. Christopher is 41. Heather Wright is 33. I think he's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. He's 8 years older than her. Heather had Anna when she was 15, which would make Christopher 23 and or 24. 8-year difference. When Heather started to use drugs and went to prison, we know she was in prison when Anna was age 4. Christopher went out and hired a babysitter that was 15, which he sexually assaulted. He has a history of sexually assaulting teens. He was charged with that in 2008. It's alleged that he married that babysitter, whom many believe is Tabitha Kepner. That's the second wife. And he had 2 kids with her. The third wife would be Anna's now current stepmother, Chantel Kepner, previously Hudson. She has 3 kids. This is the stepmother who was made aware of what her son did, and she concealed it from the FBI once her son told her on board that he had taken Anna's life. We got it? Do you feel like you have a good grasp for it? All right. Oh my gosh, I'm working hard today. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. Like they say in corporate America, next slide, please. This is about to get a little bit more difficult, so just work with me. More and more details are being released. I don't want to talk about the court case, so let me pull up the right one. All right. All right, here's a big update provided by Jennifer Coffendafer. I do believe she's with the FBI. According to ABC News, Anna was strangled to death. Let me share it with you. Can you see it? Oh, y'all can't see it. Here we go. Here's the update. All right. If you can see it, I'm putting it here. All right. According to ABC News, Anna was strangled to death. She had bruises on the sides of her neck from being strangled. Now, this is unverified, but she's saying Anna was not sexually assaulted, although she was found naked, wrapped in a blanket, badly beaten and bruised. Okay, she is. Okay, you say you follow her, so she is FBI. Thank you. Thank you for verifying. I was like, I know she's FBI. Okay, but if she says she wasn't sexually assaulted, we'll go for that because she's FBI. She said, however, she wants us to keep in mind, this is coming from the FBI. She said it takes so much force and continual pressure to strangle someone to death. Pause. the amount of force and continual uninterrupted pressure, it takes a lot, and you got to hold it to strangle someone to death. Blackout can occur from being strangled, but you can still be alive. And according to Jennifer Coffendafer, who's an FBI agent, blackout can occur in seconds, but to kill and to make sure that your victim is actually dead, it can take many minutes with sustained pressure and will take much longer than that. With intermittent pressure. She said this young man was enraged and they need to get him arrested before, listen to this, he kills again. I think what she's saying, without giving us too much before this goes to trial, is he made sure she was dead. She say intermittent. He strangled her again and again and again and again and again and again. Let that sink in. Intermittent. He strangled her over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. What does that mean? They did a criminal profile on him. He needed to do it again and again and again to get off. I don't know. To reach that euphoria, I don't know. But when you think about the mind of a criminal, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. He needed it again and again and again and again. This is absolutely sick. Let me tell you why. Why is it sick? Because he had no clue at what moment her brother would come back to the room, but because he was so fixated on his fantasy and the euphoria that he got from it, he did it over and over and over again, even if she was already dead. And when he decided that he was done with her, then he wrapped her up. And I wonder if post-mortem actual assault, if he did something to her after she died, I wonder, you really can't classify that as sexual assault, correct? He wanted to dominate her for whatever reason. And he did it again and again and again and again. Oh my God, Queen Sheba, it's a lot. It is. And that's why you have to be very careful who you bring in your home. It is a lot. And all your kids, okay, so now they're in the comments and your kids have nobody to rely on to protect them but you. In the comments, they say, oh my God, his force was like that of an adult. Charge him as an adult. Somebody else, Jennifer, the FBI agent said, if they charge him as an adult, the charges may be federal. They're saying, if you have a child in your home, somebody commented, most importantly, if you have a child in your home that you know is a problem, stop explaining away as, oh, they're just kids. If you know you have a child in your home that is a problem, get them help, you all. Now, the toxicology report came back negative. So that night, she didn't have any alcohol. Jennifer, the FBI agent, confirmed the toxicology report came back negative per ABC News. Someone commented, I'm shocked there was no sexual assault. I for sure thought that there would be. I'm glad there wasn't. She went through enough. I really don't want to know what his reasoning is behind this. The FBI agent commented, my guess is an out of control struggle followed by death. And by that time, he decided not to. He was likely panicked. Strangulation is very personal. Very personal. Let me read it again. She said he probably couldn't get to sexually assaulting her, although that was probably the primary motive. But the struggle was out of control. She fought back, according to the surveillance video I have. And then he decided, damn, I'm just going to have to kill her. And by that time, he decided not to. He panicked. He didn't know what to do, but he did strangle her intermittently over and over and over again. And that's a very personal act. Someone asked, why didn't a biological father take care of his daughter? And the FBI agent said he was having fun with his former babysitter. Someone else asked, what was going on in that family? Where were the parents? If they knew that the stepson had anger issues and the two kids didn't get along, why would they leave them unsupervised, especially since this wasn't the only physical altercation between the two siblings? They're talking about when he attempted to get on top of her. All right. Does that help everybody that's tuned in? You can't trust kids with the kids. A lot of times we're being conditioned, watch your kids, look at this adult, look at that adult, but it's also important to check on kids with kids, okay? Now, let me go back. Hold on. And then let's get into some other stuff. I think this is, let me see what this one is. Give me 1 second. Sorry. There's a lot of evidence here. It just takes my screen a second to populate. All right. Here we go. Share this screen. Now, this is where the allegations of alcohol come in, where they're saying that the parents did allow the kids. So, according to Rose on X, everything that Anna Kepner's uncle posted the other day has turned out to be true so far, which is horrifying. It was mentioned in family court today. So it's alleged that it's documented that the father of the killer reports that the killer was allowed to drink alcohol on the cruise, and that the father is very upset. This is a photo of Anna's memorial, if you can see it here. Anna Marie Kepner, she was born June 13th. She was 1 then. She was 1 year old. I take that back. She was 1. When she had a babysitter, if her father has a sexual assault charge in 2008, Anna was 1. And June 13th, 2007 to November 7th, 2025. It says a celebration of life. Please join us as we celebrate Anna's life at the Grove Church. The ceremony will begin at 5 p.m. on Thursday. We suggest wearing colorful attire, her favorite color, with shades of blue. And you know the sickening part about this? I'm sorry. For me, as a woman, that stepmother, that sick stepmother was the one who got the final say on how she would be laid to rest. Her stepmother, who knew that her stepson had killed Anna, and she did make the FBI aware while they were on board the ship, she's the one that made all of the arrangements. She's only been in Anna's life a year. She wrote the obituary. She was the one that removed other family members' names from the program because she was upset that they spoke out and they told the truth about what really happened to Anna. It is absolutely sickening. She was the one that controlled who could come and who couldn't come. She was the one that called the shots on the cruise ship when she learned that Anna was dead. I don't know what's going on or how this woman has a lot of power, but she sounds very dangerous to me. Very, very dangerous to me. I'm very concerned about Anna's other siblings remaining in the care of Anna's father, who failed her in the worst way because of his history with child abuse and sexual assault on children. I think because of his shame, he tucked his tail and he let her do everything. Okay. Now I want to get into the video. If you have 90 seconds to spare, I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to play a commercial or just play some soft music. And then I have to download the video for you all to see. Are y'all cool with that? But let's play this real quick. I want to play what AB News had to share. Give me 1 second. ABC News. I'm sorry. Here we go.
This morning, new details in the mysterious death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner, whose body was reportedly found underneath her bed on a Carnival cruise ship.
Miss Hudson, or is it Miss Kepner? Miss Kepner.
For the first time, her stepmother appearing on camera in a custody court hearing involving Anna's stepbrother, whose parents and lawyers now say is a suspect in Anna's death.
There's apparently an FBI investigation ongoing in the death of the stepchild, an 18-year-old daughter.
In that hearing, an attorney revealing the minor was hospitalized after Anna's death and is now living with a third party. He has not been arrested or charged.
Although in an unrelated family hearing, it did come out that the mother is identifying the stepbrother as a suspect, there are many questions still remaining that have to be filled in.
Investigators trying to determine the cause of Anna's death. Miami-Dade's medical examiner and FBI seen collecting evidence after her cruise ship arrived back on shore. A security source telling ABC News Anna's body was found in her cabin on the morning of November 7th under the bed, wrapped in a blanket and covered with life vests. She was on the Carnival Horizon with her father, stepmother, and younger step-siblings. Carnival says they are fully cooperating with the FBI. And overnight, her community gathering to celebrate the high school senior's life. So many questions. ABC News did reach out to Anna's parents, her stepmother, and her stepmother's lawyer. We have not heard back yet, but investigators are still awaiting autopsy and toxicology results, so we still don't know how Anna Kepner's life was cut short. This morning, new details in the mysterious death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner, whose body...
Wow, this is a lot. And I would be so mad that the stepmom would have the audacity to speak on my deceased child in her custody hearing. Can we give my son a break because he's going through some things and he's the suspect in the case? And Your Honor, I just need a little bit more time. Now, I'm about to play this video. This is an alleged video. Alleged. It's unverified. And I'm downloading it now. I'm going to play it. And this is allegedly Anna and her stepbrother. Here we go. It's going to take it just a couple of seconds. And then while it's processing, I'm going to come to the comments really quickly and see what you guys got going on. All right. Here we go. And then give me a second. We're going to get to the video. You said the stepmother was, Hilda feels like the stepmom. Do you feel like the stepmother may have been jealous of Anna? I mean, a young boy at 15, her ex-boyfriend said, man, she sure could put some clothes together. And I felt like that was such a beautiful compliment to her. Because typically boys don't really know about our 1-2 girls, you know, our 1-2-3. Ooh, girl, look at you looking good. And he's like, man, she sure knew how to put those little clothes together and those outfits and look really cute and nice. And for a young boy to say that, that means she carried herself well as a young lady. Cynthia Christian says, this really upsets me. I think it upsets us all. You know what I mean? The stepmother is a piece of work, and that's what the father of the killer is saying. Listen, this lady is dangerous. She allows him to carry weapons, and I'm afraid that he's, you know. Just Breathe, 87, thank you. Just Breathe says, prayers for Anna's family. Such a beautiful young lady. She had an amazing, beautiful life ahead of her. I really hope the parents are held accountable as well. I do too. So I'm uploading the video right now. Let's go ahead and get that. And we're just going to watch it over and over and over, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully it won't take that long. I tell you what, let's do a 30-second or a 60-second commercial break. I want to make sure it's processed. Oh, is it not coming? Hold on. I may have to delete something. It's saying that. Here we go. All right. I'll keep going through. All right, let's see. I'm sure Anna's family on her mom's side is having, oh, they are. She on her mom, so Anna's biological mom was not allowed to attend the funeral. I think that's disgusting. I know she's had an issue with drugs and all of that, but to not allow her to go to the funeral, I don't know, Here's the video. I'm going to go on mute. I'm going to play it over and over again. This is an unverified video that has been leaked. Until it's verified, we're going to say unverified, but this is supposedly Anna trying to get away from her stepbrother. That's him carrying her back. Give me 1 second. I cut it off too soon. Let me hit pause. There's a clip of him running naked. Hold on. Let me do this again. I'm sorry. I got it. Give me 1 second. I got it. All right. I'm going to show you another version. That was short. I'll just let that play over and over until I can get this version. Just look at it. Unverified. Let's do it again. I'm gonna play it again. Here we go. You see the reason that's her running. This is him dragging her back. That's her running. But it says we have a major update. That is 18-year-old Anna running down the hall, supposedly. I don't know if that's true, but I got a different video. Give me 1 second. Let me upload it now. You missed the other part. It's coming. And let me continue to say unverified. Thank you, Anitra. She said, oh my God. Yeah, we try to get it, the clips, but I just want to be fair. Here we go. Let's upload it again. It's a longer version for you to, yeah. Here we go. All right. I'm just going to let it play over and over and over, and you guys just watch it because it's really short. This is her being carried back. That's her running. That's a naked male chasing her. You remember the FBI agent said she felt like there was an uncontrolled struggle. Let's play it again. She's being carried back. She's running. And that's a naked person. If this is true. If this is the real video. All right. All right. What are your thoughts? I don't know how to slow it down, but this is what you can do. You can screen record what I have, Catalina, and then you can slow it down. I can slow it down, but I didn't have time. But you can screen record it. Let me play it again. It's unverified. It has not been verified yet. But I did know that Anna was found naked and wrapped in a blanket before it was verified. It took them about a week to verify that. So we shall see. Lachey says he knocked her out before he dragged her back. You think so? Let's play it again. Let's look at it. I wish I could slow it down. Let me see if I can slow it down. How can I slow it down? Oh, the feet are dangling. Let's look. One more time. One more time. Dragging back, running. Well, the FBI agent did say there was a struggle. The brother did say, the younger brother, her biological, yeah, he's butt naked. That's why they blurred it out. The younger brother did report that as soon as he left, he did hear screams coming from the room. But I guess he second guessed himself as a 14-year-old because he probably thought, I just closed the door. Maybe that's from a different room. I think if we all can follow our instinct, just think, you know what? I think that was my sister. I think that was my child. Nah, they're good. They're with grandma. They're with their father. I'm just hearing things. And I think if we all start to rely on our instinct instead of trusting in people, who knows? Okay, yeah, you can record it. Do I need to play it one more time? Or does everybody have it? Yeah, he's dragging her. Uh-huh. I think everybody got it. You said everyone can just go to the setting. Oh, yeah, this is YouTube. Thank you, Jim Morph. So when you come back to replay, just slow it down yourself. All right. So let me go ahead and open the lines. Give me 60 seconds and I'm going to take your calls. I'm going to drop the link. All you have to do is click it, follow the instructions, and I'll give you all 30 seconds to ask any questions or just to fire off. But let's take a 60-second break. We shall be right back. Give me 1 second. 60 seconds. All right, we are back. I have just dropped the link in the chat for those of you that would like to come on and just share your thoughts. Let me go ahead and pin it to the top of the chat. Due to the amount of time, the limited time we have, I'm going to ask that you do limit your commentary, your call in to maybe 30 seconds. Let me pin it to the chat. All you have to do is click the link for those of you that would like to call in. To share your thoughts. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, give me 1 second so I can pin it, make it easy for everybody. We have our first caller, and I'm bringing you up. All right, happy Friday, LaDawn. Welcome. Welcome, LaDawn. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, listen, what are your thoughts on this horrible tragedy?
Oh, I am so sorry for this poor baby that her daddy and that stepmama, who I feel like, in my opinion, allegedly was jealous of her. She knew her son. There was already a awareness that the son had a crush on her because the ex-boyfriend said it allegedly. And they did nothing to protect her. And when that video just now that I seen, that was the first time I seen that, Queen. And let me tell you something, her feet were dragging at that right there, in my opinion. And I think it went wrong. I think he did set out to actually assault her. I do. I think she put up a fight and made some noise. He thought somebody was going to come. So all he tried to do was quiet her and unalive her. but he could not finish the act. She wasn't naked for nothing, in my opinion. And I'm wondering why the mother may have rushed him in the hospital, for a nervous breakdown or whatever, but it's not going to matter once the the authorities, you know what I mean, come up with enough stuff to bring him back in and to trip himself up. They can't go to the hospital and get him. You just can't do that. But they can be outside that door when he gets discharged. I think it's so sad and tragic. I think it was hateful for that stepmama, Mammy, to not invite the mother to that girl's funeral. I don't care about what she felt, how much of a failed mother she thought she was. How dare you?
Yep.
It's just evil for the man to stand by and let this woman have that control. He's a loser. He's I think because he probably related to that boy because of his past, allegedly, in my opinion.
All right. That's LaDon. Thank you for sharing your sentiments. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I'm going to drop the link. Come on up if you'd like to share your thoughts. I think you pointed out something. I mean, let me ask you this, LaDon. And I know we got to keep it short because we have other callers. Do you feel like there's a possibility based on the FBI statement that she shared just her personal opinion from working with criminals like this and psychopaths? He may have underestimated her ability to fight back?
Absolutely.
Because she did mention intermittent strangulation. That means doing it over and over again. She said, typically people will black out. But what it seems like she was sharing is some confidential information that may not have been released. Let me drop it. Let me drop the link again. You guys, come on up. You're doing it right. You just got to wait for me to click you on. You're doing a good job. I know sometimes you're first time callers, but go ahead and click it and just wait backstage. And then when we're ready for you, we will bring you up. Click the link and then we're going to bring you out. But it sounds like there was such a struggle and the way the FBI agent described it as uncontrolled. That means he didn't have the control. He had the physical strength and he planned it out in his head, but it didn't go the way he wanted it to go. And she stated they need to get him right now, LaDon. He's raging before he kills what again? Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, because she was.
Hold that thought, LaDon. I'm gonna go to the next caller. Hold that thought, okay? We'll come back. Sharonda Thompson, welcome. What are your thoughts?
Hi. My thoughts are there was a reason he put those life jackets on her.
Okay.
And I was wondering, is there any way you can see just how far away they were away from the water? Because maybe.
Oh, they were at sea. They were at sea. I'm listening. We're following you. Keep going. Keep thinking out loud. I can't hear you. I think you lost your audio. Did she lose her audio?
Yes, because I can't hear her.
Okay, so Sharonda, she may have gotten a call. That happens. I'm going to drop you down. Come back up. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Hold on, Sharonda. Welcome back, Sharonda.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, finish your thought. We're following.
Okay, but just the pinpoint location as far as how many steps or feet were they away from the actual water? Like if he wanted to toss her over, like their location in the cabin. And then I had one other thought that I'm not sure if they have tubs, but I was thinking maybe he put her in the tub while she was naked to wash possible DNA away. Those are just my two thoughts as to why the life jackets. What was the purpose?
Okay, and if you can see on the screen, go ahead, finish your thought.
And that's just it. Just like what was his thought process with the life jackets? Because the blankets would have been perfectly fine if he was going to place her, try to hide the body, but to cover her in life jackets, I think he had some other thought process. And that's all I wanted to add.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sharonda. Thank you for coming up. That's Sharonda, everybody. She's just thinking out loud and brainstorming with us. And somebody put in the chat, well, actually, we have a comment in the chat from Miss Sugar Sweet. She says she's probably wondering if they had a balcony room. That's a good question. And maybe, according to Sharonda, she's just thinking out loud, I wonder if he had plans on throwing her overboard later, if he could. But then the little brother came back. The little brother came back, right? Tiffany Gray says, that's what I was thinking, caller. Where was the room adjacent to the water? Was he planning on tossing the body overboard? There could be a possibility. However, we won't know until they interview him and based on how straightforward or forthcoming he's going to be. But considering what the father has testified in family court, the mother has a strong hold over this boy. The mother has a strong influence. So we're not talking about a normal teenage boy. We're talking about one with the appetite for depravity. Is it depravity? A depraved appetite for dominating young girls, sitting back fantasizing what he can do, and one that did exercise his power and his strength over his stepsister, one who climbed on top of his stepsister while she was asleep on a FaceTime call. So who knows? One that carries knives. Tammy Tamra Tam says this boy planned it out in his head. He murdered her over and over. I do believe so, which is why the FBI agent hinted at possible continual strangulation intermittently. Whew. Deborah Adams said, I wish I could see what happened when she went around that corner. I wonder, did he choke her around that corner? It's got to be a camera. Let's take a look again. What just occurred to me in this footage, if you watch her run away, if this is indeed her, that struggle, that's a tired run. Let's play it again. Not this one. That's a tired run. She had on no shoes. Let's see. Socks, looks like. That means the struggle had pursued for quite some time in that room. He's butt naked. He's butt naked. There could have been an extensive, a long struggle. And by the time she got out that room, I'm just looking at the body language. She gave that run all she had. And they feel like the final point of strangulation is he put her in a headlock, according to reports. And he never let go. LaDon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and also, didn't the real father say she lets him drink, allegedly? So maybe he also, with him doing that over and over, was and aroused. They were on a cruise. She's probably had on bathing suits and sundresses, and he just kept on. And then I think that night, he planned to go for it. And I wish the little brother, I'm not blaming him, would have just turned back around. But definitely, I think he was under the influence also, allegedly, in my opinion.
I agree. I'm going to play that one more time. Thank you, DG, for your support of the channel with the 10-piece super sticker. She says, the way he appears to drag her back to me, it appears she is unconscious. Let's take a look. And the reason why I want to take a look, that's a good call out. But if we right here, Lachey says she looks like she had nothing left before she hit that corner. I agree. If you look carefully, it just occurred to me in real time. Let's take a look again. I'm gonna just let it play.
She still had a little footing there, though, when he was dragging her back. So she wasn't fully knocked out, in my opinion, because I still see a little footing there, but her feet dragging, but still, you know.
If there was indeed intermittent strangulation, I wonder if he had her in a headlock as she was trying to get out the door. Somehow she got out, ran, but he got her back in. That could be exhausting. Not that she was knocked out, but just somebody trying to cut off your circulation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and trying to grab his arms and trying to stay, you're losing your breath. Absolutely. It can be very draining. Mm, mm, mm.
Daphne Johnson says she never should have been sharing a room at all. I mean, the dad literally delivered his daughter to a predator on a silver platter. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he had 6 days. Here's the thing. This was a 6-day cruise. He gave it a shot the final night, not the first, not the second. I do believe now, now that I'm thinking out loud, this is premeditated murder. And Sharonda, you may be right. There could have been a devious plan to throw her overboard, depending on where that room was located. But
Let me ask you this, Queen.
But things did not go as planned. Go ahead.
You've been on a cruise. When they go and clean the rooms, do they leave the life jackets in there, or do they change them out too?
No, they leave them in there.
So maybe he covered her with the life jacket so that they wouldn't touch it, so that he can try to get rid of her later, allegedly.
Hold on.
And
first of all, let's talk about the life jackets. On the cruise, the life jackets are not under the bed. The life jackets are in the closet.
Oh.
Do y'all understand?
Okay.
So the life jackets are not stored under the bed. In most cases, they're stored in the closet.
So they would have cleaned it up and put it back in the closet where they're really supposed to be.
Well, that's probably what prompted the maid. Oh, you see, that's probably what prompted the maid to start looking. Because there, you got to make sure we got towels, toilet paper, tissue. And then you open up the closet. Whoa, where's the life jackets? And that's how the maid discovered that Anna's body was stuffed under the bed, covered by life jackets, or the maid walked in. Because the beds don't have these long flowing comforters like you and you and you that's tuned in would have at your home. You can see. So they probably thought, how in the hell did the life jackets get there? Let me put them back where they belong, only to discover there was a body that was being concealed. B, we see you backstage, but for some reason your device is not connected. I'm going to kick you out. Come back in, but make sure you connect your audio and your video before you hit enter studio. Yeah, we do need footage around that corner. I'm sure they're going to release it soon after they question him.
I think they're going to question him when the DNA come back, because if she was fighting, she probably had some under her nails.
Well, they know he did it. I mean, there's no
that.
question about that. They announced that today. You know what I mean? But watch this. I like what you're saying, LaShay. You're saying her hand glided across the wall. I do believe she probably was dizzy, woozy. Let's play it again. Y'all are pretty good. It's almost like being drunk. Look. Touching. Wow. According to the FBI agent, he was in a full-on rage and he applied pressure over and over and over again. If you're just joining the live, we've talked about that. You may have to rewind it. But oh my God, you said, oh my God, this is horrible. It is. And just to think that she did not know this kid. Her dad just married this woman and moved these kids. Please, I caution, I know, oh, we had a great date. We did this and we did that. Please, please stop putting yourselves over your children. Sharonda TV says he hunted her down. He did. He did. That's exact naked. Naked. Right here, he's naked. They blurred it out. He's dragging her. If I had to guess, there may have been a physical violence around that corner to stop her from screaming, because there's no way she would go back willingly and being drugged. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's get all right. So that's all I got. Yeah, it's definitely. Do you feel like it's premeditated, LaDawn? Summer of '88 says she feels it's premeditated. What are your thoughts?
Yes, because it was tried before. So, like you said, not the first night, not the second night, not the third night, the last night. He tried it before. The father and them knew that he tried it and he was attracted to her. They should never have, this could have been avoided if she had good parents.
Good. That's good. You're right. That's an excellent reminder. I forgot. And that quick, he has tried it before to sexually assault her. Summer of '88 says it looks like he got her and was carrying her from behind. He's a lot taller than her. Yes, he is. And as a matter of fact, here's a photo. Summer of '88. Hold on. I deleted it. I had it yesterday. Y'all remember? Let's see if I still have it. He does tower over her. Let me see if I can find it. Summer of '88. Give me 1 second. I deleted it. Yes, he towers over her. He's very tall. Let's see. This isn't it, but I had a photo on yesterday showing how tall he is. This isn't it, but I deleted it. I apologize. Let's see if this is it. Is that it? Nope. Is that it? This is no, that's the dad's criminal charges. Okay, never mind. I deleted it, but he's very tall. We showed that on yesterday. Actually, is worth the wait. Let me find it. Now you've challenged me. Hold on. I gotta find it. It's not gonna be right if I don't.
I think he even towered over the father too. Wasn't he the tallest one in the picture?
Yeah, he's a big boy. Tall. He's lean though, but he's tall. I may have it. If we're lucky, I have it. It should be right here. Give me 1 second. Oh, I hope I have it. I had it yesterday. I don't know if y'all remember. And they had it. He was like, hold on. Let me bring up the next caller. Give me 1 second. Looks like B, 1963. Welcome. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen. In chat, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for covering this because, I mean, we need to be aware and thank God that you do, because a lot of this stuff we don't hear on the news and get into the details of it. But when you talked about it yesterday, I was telling my girlfriend about it. And you know what I thought about going? She really never had a chance. She never, and what I mean by not just from the cruise, just from a child, because her dad is a pedophile, her mom, from drugs, and the stepmom. She really just never had a chance. She really never had no one to protect her. And I just feel like, they didn't care. I mean, if the boyfriend mom and called and said to them what had happened to her, that he saw him on top of her, I mean, right there, that's a red flag. That should have been something done. And you know what? It was 8 of us. It was 4 girls and 4 boys. Queen Sheba, my mom would not allow us to come out the bedroom unless we was fully dressed.
Mm-hmm.
We just couldn't.
The uncle had more heart for her as his niece than the father has had for her as his daughter. The uncle was like, I don't give a damn. I don't care if I can't go to the funeral. Your son killed her. He beat her. He hurt her. And you all are covering it up. So you're right. I mean, a natural instinct of a man is to protect and not to
Yeah,
deliver his child to a
I mean,
predator.
absolutely. But he was one himself, the dad. So I mean, and it kind of makes me wonder, what did she endure with him? You know what I mean? We don't really know the whole detail. I don't even want to, sometimes you don't want to think like that, but just make you wonder.
Well,
And
there
that's
has
step.
been allegations of abuse against the father from his second wife in the divorce proceedings. She said he abused the children. To
Wow.
what extent, we don't know.
Wow. And then who's the little girl? Is that the stepsister, or that's on if you said that's a 5-year-old that's still on oh,
No,
that's with the
that's the
stepmom.
stepmom. The stepmom is in her separate custody battle with her ex-husband. She has a 9-year-old little girl.
Oh God, man. And
Okay.
you know what? Who knows what he's done to that little girl? Because a lot of time kids don't talk. I have 2 daughters. Kind of went through something similar because I had nephews and stuff, and I preached to my daughters them about that. Don't be afraid to talk. Tell me what's going on. I don't care if it's you, your dad, or who. I mean, I didn't have a problem with that, but I just
Yep.
wanted to make sure they know. And then later on down the line, my daughters them kind of said something about my nephew. I don't even want them around me. Do you hear me, Queen?
Yep, I get it. And listen, the real Shonda, member for 21 months to the channel, says, in my opinion, her father, everybody mute up just for 1 second. I think we got a small echo. Says, in my opinion, her dad was involved in the cover up. Well, that's what her uncle is saying. Let me play. Oh, y'all, we were here yesterday. I hate to repeat myself because I don't want you to be like, oh, we heard it yesterday. We go deep, but we played that. Please see the video from yesterday. And we share what the uncle said. The uncle did accuse her father of covering up the death. Okay. So you may be on to something, the real Shanda. Now, there was a comment that was here earlier. Summer 88 says, well, he looks like he's, he towers over her. He does. Here's a photo. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you the height difference. And he's strong. And if you were here yesterday, we talked about, hold on. We said, you can't, oh, hold on. Let me just send it. We said that, you can't assume because he's younger and she's older, that she's stronger, because males are 7 times stronger than women, 7 or higher, 7 or more times stronger than a woman, than a female, depending on their build, depending on the build of the man and the structure of a man. So here is what he looks like towering over her. Let me give you all a picture, and then we're going to have our final thoughts and close up. Give me 1 second, ladies. Hold on. Can y'all see the screen?
Not yet. I don't see it.
Okay. What about now?
Yes. Yes.
Everybody can see. Let me go ahead and make it big. This is what he looks like. He's a big boy over her. Not fat, but he's tall.
Them skinny ones be strong too, Queen.
Will be solid. That's right.
You can look at his neck. And what does that mean? He's strong. You know how football players have thick necks?
Yep.
His neck isn't that beefy, but he's pretty strong. You can tell he's a strong kid. And she's a very small petite girl. So Summer of 88, you were right. I just wanted to give you a visual to support your argument.
Queen, I have one question.
Sure.
Where's her biological mom again? I kind of made a miss that part. I know you said she had some drug condition or something, but why
let me
wasn't
play the video? Her biological mom. I have a clip. Hold on. I don't want to play it because I know how mean people can be on social media. There's some challenges with drugs. She isn't the best in her best, in her best aura as a mute up for me, y'all. Y'all got a little bit of. Her mom has had a history of extensive drug use. And she recently did an interview, and I can play a snippet of it. if every let me find it. Give me 1 second. I just didn't want to. I was like, maybe I can skip around it because I don't want anybody to. But it's a hard 33. If you get what I mean, ladies, you can come off mute.
Hard 33.
Yeah,
Let
it's
me
pretty
tell
hard.
you,
Mhm.
this
That,
is
yeah.
I
sad.
can't see her, Queen.
Hmm?
I don't see that picture of her. I see
No,
there.
no, I
Oh,
haven't put it up yet.
oh, okay. Okay.
It's an interview that she did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's an interview. I don't know if I can find it. Give me 1 second. If I can't find it, we're not going to worry about it. We'll just do final thoughts and go ahead and wrap up. Let me see if I can. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Here we go. This may be one of them. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's a lot. It's populating. Man, when I tell you these sites, they make you pay. You literally have to go through all of these ads just to see. And they're going to make sure that those advertisers get their ad slots. All right, give me 1
Mhm.
second. Hold on. It's still populating. Gosh, it is so slow. I apologize, y'all. Beyond my control. But a lot of times with these big news outlets, media outlets, they sell up any piece of land that they have on their website. Here we go. Let's see if y'all can see. It's coming. Can you see this video?
Yes.
Okay, it's populating. If you see to the right of the screen, that's Anna as a little girl. We just got to wait on it to populate. That's it. That's all. They're going to make me watch the ads. All right, we're going to mute the ads. We got
What
one.
you
We got
getting
three.
ready to show us, Queen?
Hold on. Here we go.
We went to the Swanee River when she was, I think, 3.
Everybody mute. It is just so slow.
Almost 3, no, almost 3. And she went horseback riding for the first time. And the guy that was walking the horse said that she was acting as if a pro was riding the horse. Like she'd been out doing it her whole life. And it was the very first time she'd ever was riding the horse. Like she'd been out doing it her whole life. And it was the very first time she'd ever.
Me.
Bet on a horse.
She must have had a bunch of confidence.
Yeah, we're gonna give it up. If it's not gonna play, and listen, let this be the perfect example. If you're a news station or a blogger, don't sell up every slot on your page because we're not gonna be able to play the video. What's the point of selling an advertising site slot if it doesn't feature the
Yeah,
video.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. The
Gosh, man, oh man. Never mind. But anywho, the mom, which is what you wanted to see, I don't think we're going to be able to see it, but she spoke out. Now,
yeah,
Anna,
yeah, she was a really good child. I mean, she never really complained about much. She never cried that much as a baby.
So she didn't raise her queen, right?
no, she did not at all. They had no relationship, and Anna posted about it on social media. She said her mom chose drugs over and over her. She said, "How come you never tried to fight for me and come get me?" So that leads me to believe, as yeah, you're on drugs, but maybe her circumstances were not perfect with her father, that she would hope that one day her mom would get clean and come get her, but that didn't happen, unfortunately.
So you
D
know what?
Far, we see you trying to get into the studio. Hold on. Hold on.
And as a teenager, she was always.
Let me go ahead and stop this because we're not going to be able to see it. All right, D Far, we see you trying to get into studio, but your device will not connect. You're gonna have to connect it before you hit enter studio. I'll give you a few seconds. Let me kick you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kick you out. You can come back in. I'll give you 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go ahead and end the live. I think we've been here about 2 hours. Ladies, what are your final thoughts?
Well, Queen, I'll just say, I just pray for justice for Anna. And like I said in the beginning, I feel like she never had a chance. I mean, now that I know even more that her mom was on drugs and she chose drugs over her, and seemed like the daddy was a pedophile and he chose a life of women's over her. So no one really protected her. I know you said the uncle spoke out and tried to fight for her, and then I'm gonna say this with the stepmom. I mean, you had the destiny to be over the funeral. Oh my God, it's a sickening thing. It's sickening. And I'm gonna get off. We're just gonna
Yes.
pray that justice for her. And I do want to say thank you, Queen, for making us aware, because you know what, there's probably so many thousands of other kids who are going through this, and maybe
Yep.
somebody who's listening, that's an uncle, I mean a parent or cousin or friend or someone that knows a child that might be in a situation like that they can reach out and try to help them, and that's what I thank you for making everybody aware of this. Thank you, and you have a good night. Thank you so much.
No
I'm gonna drop
problem.
down.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, B1963, for coming up. That was B1963, y'all. Janice Walker, thank you for the 10 piece and a pepper. She says, could it be that she dyed her hair to downplay her beauty? You know what? I thought about that. Since the ex-boyfriend said she was afraid of him. She would leave the house. She would try to spend the night over somebody else's house all the time to get away from him. Her, it sounds like he tormented her over the last year. It sounds like he hunted her in her own home. Imagine you as a man or a woman opening up your home to your fiance and their kids come in the home, in your home, and hunt down and prey on your offspring. And God knows, maybe she did say, Janice, since he likes the blonde, let me go dark brunette. Maybe that'll give me a different look that he's not going to like and try to climb on top of me. And unfortunately, that didn't work. But that's a great question. D Far, welcome. What are your thoughts? We were just about to wrap up, but I wanted to save you a slot to be able to share your thoughts.
Thank you, Queen Sheba, and good evening to everyone else as well. Thank you so much for sharing this story. Of course, the mother, the stepmom, has vested interest because, just like you said, some things were going on in that home. And sometimes when we talk about the emotional, the psychological, the spirit, the mother probably had emotional incest with her son, right? And then you're also dealing with, if she was not helping to protect the stepdaughter, she's also responsible, especially if they were minors. So you have that aspect, the father too. We don't know what was going on in that household. Also from the video, thank you for sharing that as well. He definitely, probably, I want to say allegedly, was trying to attack her before she ran. So as you can see in the video, he got a hold of her, brought her back, and finished what he started. So whatever you want to say, we can all assume, but it's very clear that the mother, the stepmom, is protecting her son, and she was probably jealous of the stepdaughter because no matter what age you have another young woman living in the household with you, she probably was going to manifest and be everything better than the stepmother. And so now she's protecting her son, and she doesn't want to be held responsible.
Excellent point. I like how you say, no, we caught this tape in the middle of what could be potentially the
Yeah.
moments, where
Why?
he's trying to finish. He's butt naked.
Yeah. Why doesn't he have clothes on? And she was trying to escape that. And it's
Yeah.
so upsetting because it's very clear he waited till the last day or the day before. And like you covered this from day one within hours.
Yeah,
And
I
it
did.
was already on video. They got the video. And he could not fight his urges with all that testosterone, which you brought up in the very first covering of the story.
Let me ask you this. If you were the facilitator of this channel, and if you were hosting this segment, forget about me, you're running this segment, why would you say, LaDawn brought up a good point. Why would he wait until the last day? Walk us through what he was thinking, hypothetically.
So you have hormonal urges, but he's waiting till the last day because he probably had an intention. And someone did bring up, how far were they from, say, the edge of the boat? Did they have access to a balcony? If he couldn't bury her underneath a mattress or in a closet or somewhere to barricade her, I think he would have tossed her over the edge of the boat and made it look like an accident. And I don't think he thought through there being surveillance cameras, because when there's testosterone and hormones, that can be stronger than logic or thinking past the moment of taking someone else out. So we're talking about maybe sociopathy. So his primal urge was to get a hold of her. And that's probably what he's been wanting to do for some time, but this would have been the opportunity to. I don't even think he thought about a surveillance camera taking, watching him. So this would have been the opportunity because they're living in the house. He's probably been waiting on an opportunity.
Well, he climbed on top of her before. You weren't here earlier.
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
Let me play it for you. Should I play it again, y'all, or go ahead and end the segment?
Play it again.
Okay, give me 1 second. Here we go.
Oh,
it's very disturbing. Give me 1 second.
That changes everything.
Yeah, he's tried before. Hold on. And her dad was made aware of it. Give me 1 second, if you will. And her dad failed to put parameters in place. I'm sorry. I don't care if I am a newlywed. If your son attacks my daughter, you have to go.
Oh, no. See, that makes me even more upset.
Okay, everybody mute up. I'm going to go ahead and play it. Here we go. Let's see if we got it. I'll play it one more time for those of you that are just joining. It's a 3-minute video of the ex-boyfriend saying, I saw him with my own eyes. He didn't realize I was on the phone. She felt it. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. I forgot. Look, y'all couldn't even see it. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Give me 1 second. I didn't realize you guys couldn't see it. Here we go. Where is he? Right here. Let's rewind.
All right.
She's an ex-relationship.
And only take a second. Your name is Josh too. Spell your last name.
T-E-W.
All right. And how old are you?
15.
15. And how did you meet Anna?
through a past relationship last year.
And how did you actually meet with her? In school?
At school.
At school. What type of person was she?
She was a great woman, you know. I met her at school.
And the circumstances behind her death, you find them to be suspicious? And if so, tell me why.
It was suspicious because I knew that the brother did it, and yeah.
How do you know that?
Because of the past things that happened with him, like I was saying.
Which were what?
About the FaceTime and stuff.
What's the FaceTime?
Whenever I was on FaceTime with her, and when I was on FaceTime with her, and she was laying down, and the brother tried to go on top of her, and
You saw that?
yeah.
And how did she react to that?
I was like, "What the hell are you doing in the room?" You know. Then he got scared and like ran away, and I heard his footsteps like running through the house, you know, because he got caught.
So when you learned of her passing, what was your reaction?
I ran away. He ran away. It was kind of crazy.
And when you learned that she passed away, how did you feel?
I felt very sad, you know, because that was my first love. She was the best that ever happened to me, and I'd even walk to her work to see her, you know, for like 5-10 minutes.
Did you talk with her before her death?
Like 3 weeks before it, yes ma'am. I was actually supposed to go on the cruise that she went on, but we broke up before then.
When did you split?
We split up like 6 months ago.
6 months. Okay.
And everyone said she's just a bright light. So many people were in bright colors today. How would you describe the kind of person she was?
She was a great person. She definitely knew how to throw on her outfit. She was great, you know. She knew how to put on colors. It wasn't like a basic outfit.
And this is your mom?
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
okay with you talking to us?
Yeah, but we need to go.
Okay. I just wanted...
Okay.
What should happen next?
Thank you.
What do you think should happen?
I think that he should get thrown in jail for as long as possible. And yeah.
And when did you move into the house?
I have no idea.
Like a year or two?
Maybe like a year ago. I think so. I don't know.
You'd like to see justice for
Yeah,
your
I'd like
first
to
love.
see a lot of justice. Yes.
Has she ever complained about his behavior before?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
What did she complain about?
She complained about him being uncomfortable, or her being uncomfortable around him, because of the fact that he tried to go on top of her in the bed, and because of that, she tried to go and stay the night at her friend's house, and to dodge the staying the night at her house.
So that happened more than once?
Yes.
Did she ever bring that up with
How many
her?
times did that happen?
It happened one time, around like 3 a.m. that night.
The time when you were on the FaceTime call with her?
Yes, sir.
3 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Did she ever report that to her father?
No, I have not. I've reported it to the FBI.
And what is your name, ma'am? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that was Joshua.
She's an ex-relation.
All right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts now, both
Yeah.
of you ladies?
Great investigative journalism, Queen Sheba. So back to what you were saying with the ex-boyfriend and the uncle, I believe both of them. And yeah, the stepbrother tried to get his hands on her before, and had the ex-boyfriend not seen them on a live, I think in my heart that the stepbrother would have tried what he did on that ship in that room. All he needed was to get her in close quarters. So the mother's trying to protect them, and I'm sure between the stepmom and the father, they probably warned that boy before. Do not touch her. Stay away from her. So
I think, and the crazy part is this girl didn't know him. Nobody
didn't.
forced her to sleep in a room with a man she doesn't know. And I'm
stranger.
going to call him a man. In typical circumstances, when we're talking about a young lady, I always say she's a girl. But because his sexual appetite was so devious and uncontrollable, I'm going to refer to him as a man.
Yeah, because he hit puberty. Once you hit puberty, you're out of the child realm. That's when that's how some people perceive, you know, you're 11, 12, 13, when you're hitting puberty, they're looking at you as an adult, even though we know, you know, that frontal cortex is not developed until 25, 26. You're still an adolescent up into that age. But yeah, he had male urges, male grown man urges.
Yep, I agree. LaDawn, what are your thoughts on the video?
Yeah, I think I agree with what both of y'all are saying. But I do think it was premeditated. I think he knew that they broke up and he wasn't going on that trip no more. I didn't realize he was supposed to go on that boat cruise too, but they had broke up. Once that brother knew that this one right here wasn't going, I think it was premeditated.
Yep. Because she was unprotected. He knew she had no one on her side. And she was in a room with a stranger who had been thinking about getting his way with her for some time.
I will say this. I think the moment he found out he got to room with her, he was like,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
I'm gonna
if
get
I
it.
can be honest, most boys do not want to be in a room with their little sisters or older sisters. Like,
Mhm.
ew.
Mhm.
No, yuck. Get out of here.
But
You
he
know,
didn't see her as a sister.
yes.
That's the thing. He didn't
No,
see her as a sister.
and this is a perfect example of couples coming together and saying, well, they're your stepbrother and sister. Well, we're not sister and brother unless we accept that. And you can't force family. And this is a textbook example of opening your home to children whom are not safe. I'm sorry, a year is not a time. They didn't even date a year. The father was divorced in 2023 and married this woman in 2024. It sounded like they had an affair, which is why the killer's father in the court documents referred to Anna's father as the paramour and his daughter. That means there's a possibility that the stepmother was cheating with Anna's father, messing around, and as soon as he got a divorce and she got a divorce, they moved in together. They don't know each other, you all.
Trauma bonding too.
No, it's a sexual, not even trauma. Because there's no trauma, there's sex, alcohol, drugs. They don't know each other. They're just two demons having a good time.
Just
And
bonding over a good time.
Yes. And bringing their children into their adult dysfunction.
I think she knew she could control him and she needed a place for her and her kids because she was divorced and was already messing with him. And she went over in that house and took over and fighting for her boys to live there full time because but when they left that boat, they knew that the son was a suspect. And for that husband to lay next to that woman and help put the funeral arrangements together is diabolical.
But remember, there's a history of drug use and substance use.
That makes me wonder too, because why bury her so quick? I understand, you know, there's different cultures may wait a week, a couple of days, but
this is his third marriage.
Wow.
You got to catch up.
Third marriage.
Wow. Yeah, I've been listening to your lives, but I didn't hear that part.
We covered. This is his third marriage, and I'm shocked that he married her because he has an appetite for young girls. So I'm shocked that he actually married a woman.
So it goes back to what you're saying. He's just trying to, you know, quench his loins. He doesn't really care anything about the kids.
Probably
he just wants a warm body in the bed.
Probably. Yep.
Not to judge, but that's what it sounds like.
Yep. No. Yeah. And with that being said, thank you for coming up, ladies. LaDawn, D, B, 1963. And we had somebody else come up. We had, I can't remember. But thank you all for coming up. We appreciate you just sharing your thought leadership regarding this case. Very tough, very sad case.
Good night, child.
Thank you. Thank you, Queen. Good night, everyone.
Good night. All right. So we're going to drop these ladies down. I'm going to give you my farewell and let you all enjoy your Friday night. Listen, you could be doing anything else out here with me. So I just want to thank you all for coming to support the channel and just listening to the commentary. Anna's family on her mother's side has strongly asked that we circumvent these videos to keep her in the algorithm. If you can hype this video up, if you can share it, even if you share it to one person, we don't even care if they watch it. But if we can just share it and send it, social media, repost it on Facebook, repost it on Instagram, it's going to keep her name out there, right? It's going to keep her out there, just like we did for Shanquilla Robinson. Share it over and over and over and over again. That's going to apply pressure to the feds to go ahead and bring him in, according to the FBI agent, before he kills again. Based on what that FBI agent shared, this boy strangled her over and over and over and over again. She said, you know how much strength that takes, how much pressure to apply. He did it over and over. He was reliving it. And once you have an appetite for something that depraved, it's hard to shake it off. We are dealing with a sociopath and or a psychopath. If you can reshare the video, we can get justice and get his ass locked up. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to get into my super chats. I want to thank you all that came through. Catalina, wine mixers. Girl, I love wine. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Catalina, we just may be friends. I love wine. Express yourself, CGS. Thank you for the 20-piece and a pepper. She says, keep working, queen, and thank you. No, thank you. Oh, that's my moderator saying he'll keep time. DG, thank you for the 10-piece and a pepper. She says, the way he appears to drag her back to me appears that she is unconscious. Could be. Could be. The Real Shanda, thank you again for the 20-piece and a pepper. She says, great coverage, Queen Sheba. Janice Walker, thank you. Janice Walker says, could it be that she dyed her hair? Yeah, we covered that earlier. It could be. It could be. Daphne Johnson, thank you for the 10-piece and a pepper. She says, thank you, Queen, for your thoroughness and the way and thought. And thought way covering this story and the way you covered this story. I'm glad that I found your channel. I am glad you're here too. Belinda, thank you for the 10-piece and a pepper. She says, Queen Sheba, God has you on YouTube for a reason. I believe a big blessing is coming your way. Thank you for all you do to keep us aware of these situations. It's my pleasure. Listen, I couldn't do it without you all. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support of the channel. We're going to continue to cover and hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the white experience. All right, that's it. That's all. Thank you. You all have a fantastic Friday evening.